What's the best thing about George Washington, POTUS 1? I would say the accountability that George Washington talked about in his writings, his correspondence, his speeches, his conversations that he had with people, his colleagues, his peers, his family, and the accountability that he talked about in those writings, and then also that he had to himself, and then himself to his family, and then the republic, because we're a republic, we are not a democracy, the republic to its citizens. Now, they had flaws. George Washington had many flaws, but he talked about his flaws a lot. And that's where mental health comes into play, understanding that when we talk about our flaws and wanting to get better and trying what we can, that's a good sign of a good man, a good person, a good leader, a good woman, a good family, a good country is accountability. And George Washington talked about that to the best of his ability. He was not perfect. I wrote a George Washington biography, POTUS 1, about that and George Washington's life, among many other situations in his life where accountability is talked about. Another book that I wrote about George Washington is On the Banks of the Potomac. Now, POTUS 1 has a thank you letter from the George Washington Presidential Library. Excuse me, I burped. I also have thank you letters for both of these two books from President Trump, and then I also have a thank you letter from other notable writers as well. So, again, I say this with a bit of professionalism or expertise that the best thing about George Washington is him and the accountability that he talked about, because when he wanted accountability to himself, he wanted to be good at knowing what he could know because he wasn't good at it. Like he wasn't good at a certain topic, let's say economics. He wasn't an economist. He read lots of books on economies, lots of books on agriculture, on architecture, on theater. He read countless thousands of books over his lifetime. And his library is very massive on that. And the people that he surrounded himself with were people that were smarter than him to know what to do and to ask tough questions for himself and for other people. I think one of the best pieces of legislation that George Washington ever signed was the Slave Trade Act to procure the vision of ending slavery in America, because of, even though we won the American War of Independence, there was still a lot of colonial English European law in the United States Republic. So to get rid of that, it would take time. And in 450 years, America got rid of slavery, where other countries had it for thousands of years, and they got rid of it after we did. And George Washington's right-hand man, the vice president, John Adams, hated slavery. And then John Adams went on to be a president to also talk about that. Many states during George Washington's time did not want slavery. And the Civil War was not what people think it was about, totally. It was about ending slavery, but it was also about money. It was also about states' rights. It was also about the intervention of foreign nations. It was about many different things, the money matrix, many things. Slavery was a very important part of it, but that wasn't the only thing that led up to the Civil War. So just to say that, but there's some books I will talk about with that topic about slavery and Civil War and George Washington at the end of this video. And don't forget to check out my books on Amazon. This is POTUS1, and then this is On the Banks of the Potomac. Both of these books are available in the book category, on Amazon. And thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to making more. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel and my podcast called Through the Eyes of George, and my Instagram, POTUS1, and my TikTok, that is POTUSONE, POTUS1. Thanks for watching.